had 7 first-quarter touches in the Hall of Fame game. Are they trying to trade him?
All I'm saying is this. At some point before week 1, I think they make an effort to trade him. And if he's on the team, I think at some point before the trade deadline, there's a chance that the phone rings and Jacobs is gone.
My understanding is the Raiders are not trying to trade Josh Jacobs and are not planning on trading Josh Jacobs, all of those things.
Ian Rapoport has reported that the Raiders are not interested in trading Josh Jacobs and have no plans to do so. Earlier in the week, reports emerged that the Raiders were showcasing Josh Jacobs after seeing him play multiple series in a meaningless Hall of Fame preseason game.
If I am watching this and I'm a GM and I see Josh Jacobs is out there running the ball like this in the Hall of Fame game, I'm probably picking up the phone and I'm calling Dave Ziegler right then and there.
People thought perhaps the running back is on the trade block, and that is why Josh McDaniels featured him so heavily in that preseason game. However, Rapoport is reporting the opposite and really reiterating Josh McDaniels' explanation in the press conference that he likes to get a lot of his running backs touches in the preseason, and a lot of Raiders fans leaned on that. But what's interesting is Josh McDaniels' history also shows a running back that he played in the preseason just last year, who was a former first-round pick that he did decide to eventually trade, if we're assuming he's in complete control of the offense. Now, Sony Michel, the former first-round pick for the New England Patriots, was featured in the 2021 preseason with the Patriots. Sony Michel had 6 attempts in the first preseason game and then 7 attempts in the second while in New England, and Josh Jacobs appeared to have 7 touches in this past preseason game. So there was precedent for a running back that Josh McDaniels had featured in his offense during preseason while he was with the New England Patriots, and that led people to believe perhaps history is repeating itself with Josh Jacobs. Because the Patriots also declined Sony Michel's 5th-year option in 2021 right before he was traded, and the Raiders this year have declined Josh Jacobs' 5th-year option. So even if Josh Jacobs does remain on the team and play this year, it's an open question as to whether or not he'll be on the team next year, and it does seem likely that he will have to test free agency on the open market, or else the Raiders would have exercised his 5th-year option and kept him if he really was in their future plans.
Obviously, the 5th-year option wasn't picked up. Does that play into things for you, and was it a disappointment, or where are you with that?
I really don't too much think about it, honestly. I'm a firm believer in the work that you put in is going to pay out for itself.
So Ian Rapoport is assuring Raiders fans that Josh Jacobs is not on the trade block, which is great news for Raiders fans because it would not be wise to trade Josh Jacobs. At this point, unless you get a first or maybe a second-round pick, it's really not worth the value that Josh Jacobs can contribute to your football team. If the Raiders really are in a Super Bowl run, which it seems like they are based on how much money they have spent in free agency, Josh Jacobs clearly makes your team better, and in this preseason game, he proved how much better he is than the other running backs that are on the Raiders roster. You know, the rookie Zamir White, Kenyon Drake as well. Josh Jacobs clearly popped and was clearly the best running back of the night. And keep in mind, the Raiders primarily made the playoffs last year due to Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs had 2 100-yard games in the final 4 games of the regular season, while Derek Carr did not throw for over 300 yards once in the final 4 games of the regular season. And also the critical matchup that got the Raiders into the playoffs against the Chargers, Josh Jacobs had over 100 yards after contact. So Jacobs was critical in getting the Raiders to the playoffs, and now it appears that he could perhaps bring them to the playoffs again, as the Raiders do not appear to be trading Josh Jacobs, and Josh McDaniels does not appear to want to have a Sony Michel 2.0, which featuring it, Josh Jacobs led the NFL world to believe history could be repeating itself. So Raiders fans could take a sigh of relief right now, but the trade deadline extends until week 8 for another team to give the Raiders an offer they can't refuse. And keep in mind, Sony Michel was traded to the Rams last year on August 25th, so there still is some time even for the Raiders to showcase Josh Jacobs even more if this is still the case. The Patriots received a 5th and a 6th round pick for Sony Michel nutshell the former first-round pick last year when they traded him after featuring him in the preseason game. But hopefully, history does not repeat itself, because Josh Jacobs will be critical for the Raiders to get to a Super Bowl and to win the AFC West division. Now, like this video and subscribe to the Raiders Rundown for more Raiders content. My name is WiFiWillie. Peace out, and I hope you have a good one.